Hi everyone, it's that time of the month where Karina answers all the questions about the baby.
All the questions, just a few questions. It's a monthly update.
All the questions.
So same questions as last time. I haven't written down the answers, so we're going to have to try to come up with the answers. I'm very ill prepared. How far along? Do you know how far? I know how far along I am.
You were like 22 weeks?
22 weeks and 4 days, apparently. What is my weight gain? According to the doctor, when the last time I went, I had gained 5 pounds, but I think I've gained a pound or two since then.
Yeah.
Which is good. It means I'm on track. And since I lost so much weight in the beginning, I still have not gained enough weight back to be at what I was when I first...
she got pregnant.
Yeah. Does that make sense? So anyway, either way, I'm gaining the proper amount of weight at the proper amount of speed. What is the baby's size? We looked it up. He is the size of a spaghetti squash.
Spaghetti squash, so like about...
I was gonna say, I've seen pretty big spaghetti squashes. No, not that big.
I'd say about this big.
Any new cravings? I don't think so at all, really. I've craved a little more sweet things that I really wasn't craving before, but not anywhere near, I used to eat candy all the time before I got pregnant. And, I really haven't.
Now she barely wants, anything sweet. She's like, no, I'm good.
Cold stuff, yeah, cold stuff. I don't know if that's just because it's so hot outside or if that's got to do with pregnancy. I just like the way, fresh, cold things taste, which is hard because, cold cuts is, the go-to for that, and you're really not supposed to eat cold cuts that much. I still do. I'm not going to say I don't, because I do. But fruit or, cold potato salad, that coleslaw, things like that. I've been drinking a lot of root beer, but that's just because it's the only soda, really, that I can drink other than Sprite. What has made me cry this month? I know one thing. We were moving into the office at my moving my office from here to my parents' house, and for Christmas, Ed bought me this little, clear, pink, it was a 3D puzzle of, Minnie Mouse, and it was, this big, and it took me, 7 hours to build it, back in the day. But anyway, I brought it with me to the new office so I could put it on my desk, and it kind of, a few pieces fell apart in transit. So I had to, rebuild it, and then, I knocked it over on accident and I had to rebuild it again. So I was already really frustrated that I had to, rebuild this thing that took me, 7 hours, 4 times. And then I finally got it rebuilt. I got it up on, this little shelf, and it looked really pretty. And I love this thing. It was one of the coolest presents I've gotten in a long time. And my sister's dog is a border collie, and she's very hyper, and she's got this big old bushy tail. And I don't know what she did.
She came up and jumped onto the shelf.
Is that what she did?
That's what she did.
Oh. Anyway, all I know is I heard this, shatter, and I was like, I know that was my Minnie Mouse puzzle that completely just went into all of its, thousands of pieces, and I'm going to have to rebuild it. So I was already really angry that I had to rebuild it, but then I sat down to start rebuilding it and noticed that a piece wouldn't, snap in.
Yeah.
And it's because it had cracked and it had completely broken. And I, started crying, and, I wasn't crying because I lost the present, because Dylan's like, I'll buy you another one, it's not a big deal, we know where they sell them. But the problem was that, I felt really guilty because, Ed had bought me this present, and it was a really nice present, a really thoughtful present, because I love puzzles and Minnie Mouse, obviously. So I was like, Ed bought it for me, and it's broken. If you don't know, Ed is Dylan's best friend. I don't know, some people might not know. But anyway, it was a very sweet present, and it's broken, and it's gone forever, and I was really sad. Dylan told me that I couldn't decorate for Halloween and fall until the pumpkin spice latte came out at Starbucks. For some reason, Starbucks decided to wait until September 8th this time, rather than the beginning of September, end of August, like they did last time. But, I've been trying to, lawyer my way into, getting him to let me decorate early for, the entirety of August. And finally, he got the boxes. We haven't decorated, but they're at least at the house.
They're, right over there.
It makes me feel better. I was, hardcore trying to convince him one night. And I was, getting teary-eyed in frustration because Dylan doesn't often tell me no and stick to his guns. Dylan is very sweet and is sometimes a pushover.
Sometimes.
And this was like the first time he was sticking to his guns. And I really don't think
Well,
while I'm pregnant is a good time to do that.
Yeah, it's the best time because I've got to get into dad mode. I got to stick to my guns.
Well, you can stick to your guns with him, but not me. Weird stuff that's happened this month. The other day, my back started hurting, but it was like where my kidney is. And I couldn't sleep. It hurt so bad. So the next day, I like called my doctor, and they were like, "Are you doing these things?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Well, then I don't know. It might be gas. It might be a pinched nerve. You're okay. Do these things. Like, take Tylenol, do this, this, and this. And if it's not better, call us." So I started to get a little scared because the pain, like, radiated to the side of my stomach. So that was kind of scary. And it was super painful. And I don't complain about being in pain that much. So, like, if I'm complaining about being in pain or, like, if I'm in near tears, that means it's, like, really bad. So, like, I don't know, it just randomly went away today, and I'm fine today. But it came and went yesterday, and I don't know, it was really weird. But
you get a spaghetti squash in your stomach, so things are gonna move
I think
around.
he might have, like, had his foot on a nerve or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe I had a gas bubble there or something. I was nervous because it was by my kidneys. That was what the, like, big nervous thing was. But yeah. I'm okay.
I laughed halfway through because a weird thing you did do this month. You were talking about, like, being, like, scared and in pain. I just went...
Yeah.
No, you told everybody in the vlog on the other channel that you had a penis inside of you.
I did do that. That was weird.
Cheryl.
We're having a boy. I don't know. If you haven't watched the last video, you don't know. But we are having a boy.
His name is Killian James Beamisturfer.
It's a hearty name.
Hearty name for a hearty boy.
The hearty pirate. What do I miss? I miss cocktails again. I miss real coffee. Like, I can have decaf. I can have, like, frappuccinos with, like, no coffee. I can have things like that. But, like, especially with it about to be fall and, like, the pumpkin spice latte comes out and then the gingerbread latte comes out and then the white mocha and all that stuff. Like, fall and Christmas time are, like, my favorite coffee times. And, like, it's so painful to me that I can't, like, have a real coffee. And, like, yeah, they taste the same-ish. But, like, I miss that little, like, jolt you get from, like, a real coffee. All my favorite beers are fall beers and, like, winter beers. And so they've already started coming out with, like, the Sam Adams Oktoberfest, and that's one of my favorites. It makes me sad. And I know he's going to get one because you are. You and yeah, you are. And, like, all these pumpkin ales are coming out, and I love all things pumpkin, and it just... I'll be okay. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm not gonna, like, die or cry or anything like that. I'm fine. It's just one of those, it's like, you're told, you don't miss it till you're told you can't have it. The best moments that we've had so far.
Finding out the gender.
Mm-hmm, that was a funny one.
Finding out that, the anatomy checkup where they do at the 20-week mark.
That was really cool.
It was really cool, and finding out that everything was okay. There was no, like, visible, like, complications or anything. That was something I was worried about, but I understood that whatever there was stuff that we could deal with. Mm-hmm. But it was just kind of like a little weight that I've been carrying on my shoulders for a while. When I found out that everything was okay, I was like, all right.
Yeah, and
cool.
Watching that appointment was really cool because we've only seen him
when he was
two other times when he was, like, super tiny and he didn't move really.
So now, like, he was moving and, like, he waved.
Legit moving.
And, like, he had fingers.
We got to see his feet
and, like, his face and his mouth and his
Dylan,
nose.
One funny thing is when we were at that appointment, we had really great nurses. Like, they were just fantastic ladies.
Yeah, all of the doctors that are involved and all the nurse practitioners are just above and beyond.
She even wrote us, like,
amazing.
a personalized note for our party, and she's like, I hope you're having a great time at your party. At this time, you're having a boy. Boys are the best. And just, it was really sweet. But anyway, when we were at the ultrasound and...
If it was a girl, would she have written girls are the worst?
No, she wouldn't. She just doesn't have girls. She has 2 boys.
Yeah.
That's what she was telling us. But anyway, no, they showed the baby's profile, and I watched Dylan go... And I was like, what? And he goes... He doesn't have my nose. I'm so happy. And I was like, Dylan.
He'll grow into it.
Well, now that it's a boy, if he does have your nose, it wouldn't be that bad. You were worried about a girl having your nose.
Yeah, I would feel so bad if we had a girl and she had this thing. Like,
Although I don't have either of my parents' noses.
I like my nose.
I like my nose a lot. But anyway, so we got to see his face and him move, and it was just weird. It was, and at that point, like, I wasn't
surreal.
Feeling him, so it was, like, cool seeing him move. Because if you've ever been pregnant before, it's kind of one of those, you don't know that he or she is okay till you can feel them, and then you're like, I feel you, you're fine, I feel you today, you're good. And, like, now I feel him all the time. That was another cool thing that happened over this course of this month, is I can feel him moving now. He moves like 24, like he moves all the time, except for when Dylan wants to feel it. Then he doesn't move. He gets really still. And even when he does move, when Dylan's hand is there, Dylan can't really feel him. Not yet. But anyway, I feel him all the time. He's a little hyperactive little thing. And that was something in the ultrasound too. She was like, he is like crazy hyped up. And I was like, well, his father is crazy hyped up about 24 hours a day. So that makes sense.
I wonder why.
It was like, it's all the coffee. So that was just a really cool moment, getting to see him, getting to know he was a boy. And as much as I was a little disappointed when I first found out, it wasn't a disappointment that he was a boy, it was a disappointment that everybody thought he was going to be a girl. So
Which
I
is
felt
something
like
that I had been saying the entire time. There was such a strong, like, force for Killian being a girl. I was like, guys, if it's a boy, it's like people were even like calling him Rosie Bell for like the girl name, and it was just like, guys, my family doesn't make girls.
They don't. That's 100% true. I felt disappointed, not in that he was a boy, in that I felt like I had let people down because he was a boy, even though that's not my choice at all. Like, I had nothing to do with whether he was a boy or a girl.
Sorry, Mom.
Now that, like, we've gotten used to it, and now that, like, I've really thought about it, I'm really glad he's a boy, because now I'm like, ooh, we don't have to worry about, like, the period talk. I said that the other day. And then the other cool thing was I actually have a bump now, and I will show it to you in a second. But yeah, that's this month in review. If you guys have any other questions, put them below, and I will answer them. Or if you would like a reoccurring question to be asked every month, let me know, and I will add it to the video. And I look forward to talking to you guys, and I hope this was interesting. I like doing these because I think I'll like looking back on this at some point, because I'm really bad at, I have not like documented my pregnancy at all. So like, this will be nice eventually. So anyway, so thank you for watching.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Loops, poop poop, loop a doop boop a doo.
He's like, I was laying really comfortable there.